Well, I've made one big giant mess since I've started doing all this. Got the front crank housing off, put the AC and power steering on. I am about to take out the intermediate shaft out of here. And to do that, I need to pull up this oil pump drive gear. It sits right there. So let me go ahead and try to do that real quick. Take some needle nose pliers and grab a hold of the gear. It's going to be slotted, so you're going to have to spin with it. Oh, almost got it. There it comes. It's going to make a nice pop. There it is. So there's your oil pump gear. At least I think that's what that is. But I can set that to the side now. And if I reposition you, should be able to pull the intermediate shaft out now. There it goes. Now, as you can see, let me zoom out. There is a lack of gears here, which would drive the distributor. It's going to be the same gear as this would be right here. And that would drive your distributor, give that power. So this is no use to me. What makes no sense to me is why Volvo made a completely different shaft for the 740 and 940 when they could have just kept using the same shaft that's in that engine that has the gear on it. Why go out of your way and manufacture a whole new shaft without the gears and spend all that money when you already have one? What's the point? It would just, that doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, enough babbling. I'm gonna get the other intermediate shaft out of there, which is gonna be a little harder because it has all the shit on it. But I'll make do. So that happened. That's 4 quarts of oil. I had to put the motor down to take the intake manifold off, and then I had to take the front crank cover off to get the intermediate shaft off, and didn't think that oil was going to spill out of the oil pan because the crank housing is missing from the front of the motor, but it did. So that's great. Good news, got the intermediate shaft out. There's that gear we need. So let's go ahead and just throw it in here. Let's see how this goes. And just like that, we have distributor power. Now I need to pop off this. Let's see how hard that's going to be. Not bad. So with that pulled out, I'm going to want to clean that out before I do anything else. Let me pull you off of here. I'm going to want to clean all this out so my distributor can slide in there. How I'm going to do this, I don't know. I guess just use my wire brush and then clean it out of the oil pan whenever I have to do that. No big deal. Turbo motor. IPD stuff just came in today, so we're gonna get all this installed. I just got word that my harness should be here by Thursday. Today is Tuesday, so a couple days. That's great. So we got valve cover gasket, front crank seal, oil pan gasket, a trans filter kit, throttle body gasket, couple washers, that's for the PCV box, intake manifold, the couple O-rings. I wasn't sure which one was which, so I pretty much got a bunch of them. That's for this guy here, the block adapter for the extended. Oh no, that just happened. Foul. We'll just do that. I'll clean that up later. Anyways, there's an O-ring behind here that seals the adapter, and there should be an O-ring here as well. Also got these two hoses, so that's nothing compared to what was over there earlier. Motor mounts, new transmission mount, crank seal, some lay shaft seals. Those are the two new hoses. This is the hose that goes to the PCV box down into the oil pan. That's new. And somewhere in here I should also have two new oil pump O-rings. I have to dig for those and try to find them. Don't know. But let's get this thing turned over after I replace that throttle body gasket. Pull the oil pan off. Get everything situated in there, plus that hose. Put the new pan gasket on and we can start working on everything else. And this is what I was talking about here. I had to put the cam seal in here, but I bought this. This is their cover plate to help this seal not blow out. You don't need them. I just thought it looked cool, so I might as well get one. You'll never see it, but it's there. So, also wanted to see what year this engine was to see if it was original, because the car's an 84, and this says 83. So this motor is original to this car. Interesting. All right, let's get tearing apart. Got the oil pan off. Got to clean these holes right here. You can see when I wire wheeled the distributor hole, this is where all that shit came out of. Luckily it went in the pan. And I'm still trying to make sure that none of it's anywhere else, because it's right there. That's the distributor gear, the silver one, you can see. I just want to make sure none of it fell in anywhere else. What I'm most likely going to do is I'm going to fill this up with shitty oil, and then kind of rotate the crank, drain it and filter that oil, fill it back up, and then we'll run it, like start the car with that oil, let it idle for maybe 10-15 minutes, drain that oil. I just want to make sure there's nothing sticking anywhere. But got the oil pump seals here, just put those on. Here's the oil pump itself. The screen looks great. Clean that side. That's what drives the oil pump, which the gear fell out when I pulled this out, you know, rightfully so, because this is the only thing that holds it in whenever gravity is the opposite. So let me get that back in. I'll clean this pan back out and we'll slap the pan back together for good. Now we can install our new PCV hose. We'll insert that from the bottom. And we're gonna have to snake it through this little contraption here somehow. So let me figure that out, because this guy is gonna come all the way up and sit like that, and I'm gonna have to tuck it behind there. So we are nearing the final stages of getting this ready to be put in. Everything is done. Just need to get the transmission, fix that, just put the pan gasket, accumulator mod, and throw it in on the back of here. We got the new hoses on down here. Got all of our oil lines ran on the turbo. Got the new gasket behind here, and a new filter on there. There's no oil in the motor right now. Got our hose here. I had to order a new hose because when I pulled this engine out, it split this hose because it was still connected. And that was a brand new hose, but whatever. I'll have one here by tomorrow. Everything else is looking good. Throttle body gasket's on there. Valve cover gasket's on there. I'm waiting to do the intake manifold. That's loose. Just so I'll be able to put the hose in here and route everything, all my lines and my harness and everything like that. Oil pan gasket is on. Silicone flame trap hose, gotta have that. STS Machining adjustable cam gear. You can see that. Nice. Still waiting on the harmonic balancer, the new one I bought. But we got the front cover on with our new seals in here. New seal behind here, new seal behind here. Can't put the timing belt on until we get that harmonic balancer, but other than that, this engine's ready to go. Throw on the B230's oil cap. So, a couple more days and she'll be done.